Hi guys, Silvermoon, it's MicheleMarieDalene. This is kind of a opening video for the studio, for the Multimedia studio. I've told you about this place. We're going to try to get some chroma key on a green screen behind me. And let's see how it goes. So, there we go. That should be on now. You should see something exciting. Or maybe not. I don't know. Change the picture again. This is more your style. Well, anyway, the idea is that with the chroma key you can do some different things. Right now we're working on trying to get our YouTube channel back into good standing with people. And I think I'm doing pretty good on that. And so there is a reason besides sitting here showing you the chroma key backgrounds while we're having this video. And the other one is to talk about that we're in the process of having some nice conversations among members and sharing of information and thoughts and questions, and that's what I wanted to do from the beginning. And it's just that I don't understand where some of the original allegations came from years ago, for the last 2 years. For example, am I racist? No. Do I support racism? No. Do I like racism? No. Do I have anything against people with different ethnicities? No. Am I so conservative that I cannot look at the viewpoints of the liberals? No. I'm moderate. I actually look at the world, as best I can from both sides to understand way things are. And I enjoy taking these opportunities to have these kind of videos, but I do kind of like to have live streams too. Maybe now that we're starting to have a positive dialogue, perhaps we can actually consider going back to the live streams. But at the same time, I also would like to focus on other things too. Like, for example, we talk about the people ask me about the define and explain pagan versus Wicca. Well, in short, would you like to take a chance at this? Yeah. Wicca is a branch of pagan. Pagan is not a branch of Wicca. Pagan is an umbrella that covers faith systems that are, if you go by the original Latin word pagani, it means country dweller or folk religion. In this case, pagan is not necessarily Christian. It can be Christian pagans too. In other words, there are some Christian practices that are added to the church to make it more acceptable to all groups. For example, the blessing of animal ceremony, the celebration of Easter with the Easter eggs and Easter bunnies. And some churches do use that, some don't. The idea of, many faiths of Christian churches took in a lot of the concepts of pagans. For example, our Christian celebration Christmas is actually got a lot of the symbols and symbolic messages from Yule, which is the winter equinox, or winter solstice, I'm sorry. And the winter solstice, of course, had involved featuring of things, the future of the green, the evergreens, the many of the wonderful things that were part of the pagan ritual of Yule were added to Christmas. So there's an example of a celebration that was originally a pagan celebration added to a Christian celebration, which is the birth of our Savior and Michele's brother, my brother, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, which is why we think Yule is very important. It's true that in my home, the Yule is not really very festive, it's not very decorative, but we are working on to changing that. Somebody gave us a replacement artificial Christmas tree for next year. I know. Look this way. It doesn't look any worse than the original tree. It's bigger. It's bigger. It's got lights on it like my tree does. Do they work? I have no idea. Well, we'll know until I actually hook it up. Right now, it doesn't even have a tree stand. I gotta get a tree stand for it. It's... Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. So, yeah. So, are we gonna have another live stream? Yes, we are. I'd say probably in about a week. I want to see how these conversations are going now to the comments before we start trying to do it live in the seat of our pants, and that's what we're gonna do. Because there also is, I don't really know how much they were enjoyed. I mean, given the number of dislikes in the live streams, it didn't look like no one really enjoyed them. It's like more people hated them than enjoyed them. I don't really know if it was necessarily because people hated the live streams. I think it was because people hated you. Because they misunderstood who you were or what you believed in. But you are now making some positive strides in changing their viewpoints. And that's something I think that's important to remember. Yeah, I agree. So, I wouldn't really worry about it. I think that Michele is saying is that things are going to get better. Now, one of the problems we had with the green screens before is we always had a green halo around us. And I'm wondering, could that be because we were shooting a video in interlaced versus non-interlaced, where the background was more of a progressive scan? It could be. I'm not really sure, but we could try some experiments and find out. We can, yeah. And then once we find out which works better, we can go ahead and try chroma keying on that and seeing which one looks better to the audience. Okay, that's an idea. Most important thing is I wanted to let you know that this was, as I said, it was more of a simple bcast test of different things. So we're going to try to get the studio back into shape. It's still not quite there. It's there enough that I can show you something besides me sitting in the old studio, which there's nothing wrong with the old studio. No, old studio is nice because it's, it's comfortable. It's you got your stuffed animals, you got your couch, and things like that, and it makes a difference. I think so. Yeah. And you'll notice we do not have our microphone on the desk today. No, we're wearing a clip-on right now. We're wearing just a clip-on, but we do have another dynamic microphone on farther back near the computer to provide some sound fill and provide a little bit of characteristic of the sound, but not too echoey. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool when you got two microphones working together, or three microphones. Michele wants to get another microphone for guests, that maybe a boom mic or something that she can use during guests, right? And by the way, yes, folks, this is the table from outside. Michele brings it in the winter. And bring it in the winter, you sit here in the winter, and then they put it back outside in the winter, spring, summer, and autumn, so people can sit out there and eat and smoke cigarettes or talk to each other over a cup of coffee, which I haven't had yet. I know. It was so cold. Michele, when I went to the soup kitchen, it was like, what was it? It was like minus 18 degrees this morning. And then I got to the door and someone said, oh, I was on the way up the driveway, and he said, Michele, the suitcase is closed. I went, really? Oh, come on, I just got here. So I had to do 180 degrees and I went back home again. And I just went back to bed, and like I said in my vlog, and I said, I'm going to sleep for a while and then I'm going to get up when I'm good and ready. So I got up, I read some of the comments on the YouTube channel, and that's what I did. That's what she did already. By the way, Michele, I have a question for you. Okay. Your iPhone sounds like, it looks like it's not holding charge as well anymore. What's your plans for the future? I don't know. I guess I can consider getting a new phone. I was thinking about that anyway. But the problem is my BlackBerry also has got the same problem. But the BlackBerry's got a removable battery. You can always buy a new one. Yes, but you can't buy a new battery for the iPhone unless you want to get someone to put it in. Right? And that is very true. So, right now, I'm feeling a little, bit perkier, more emotionally relieved that we're seeing so many positive changes to the channel. But, yeah, I would say not Sunday that's coming up, but maybe the next Sunday after that, we're going to have our live streams. Which is, I think it's on the 13th of January. So, if you want to be part of that, or if you have any suggestions ahead of time for the live stream, I am more than willing to listen to them. But what I am concerned about with the live streams is when I bring people onto the virtual stage, so many times either the people were just, I'm talking about randomly selected people from the audience. I've seen, like the one happened, the last one, last Wednesday, was an example of why I said it was the last. Last Sunday was the last one I said, that's it, we're done. I was, because I had one guy who he captured the invitation URL, and he keeps coming on. I keep blocking him, and he keeps showing me pornography and cannibalism videos on the chat, and that's disgusting. And I don't think that's the kind of I muted the sound on my side of the board because I thought that was revolting. Unfortunately, it did not block the sound from you guys having to listen to it, and I'm sorry about that. I really think that it was a wonderful opportunity to be able to do live stream. But I also don't really like the fact that Google Hangouts on air, kind of as Crispy has said, is and YouTube in general butchers your schmutz out of the video. Trying to turn a standard definition video of 640 by 480 at 60 cycles per second into a 720p video, and that really kind of looks atrocious. And it's bad enough that the UVC dongle doesn't give the best picture in the first place. It certainly doesn't need to be butchered any more than it is. But then again, even Michele could do it a higher resolution with her cable connect or with her home internet through DSL. She couldn't guarantee she'd be able to get the performance out that she wants. Right. Absolutely true. And that's another issue. That's why we use the T-Mobile MiFi to do the internet. But I have not seen significant. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. I'm a little bit tired, and it's getting a little warm in here with the lights and the heat, and the lights and the heat and everything else. But let's just finish here. It's getting a little annoying that I have to make do with equipment that I think is kind of borderline subpar. This camera here is recording as a full PAL resolution of 720 by 576. But by the time it gets up to YouTube, it won't be no 720 by 576. Because they compress it a lot with their MPEG compressor, even after I compress with my MPEG compressor. And the reason why YouTube is doing that is because they're trying to save space on their hard drives, which is understandable because considering the amount of data that's stored on their hard drives is considerable. So I understand exactly what they're thinking. Right. And space is tight. Yes, it is. Especially for YouTube. I did ask YouTube if they could actually add an option where we could remove the dislike button, and they said that they do not have any plans to do so at this time. However, they said they will keep it into consideration because some people have already asked them for the same thing. So, but now that we're working on positive dialogue with people, and I hope we can continue with that, maybe, just maybe, those of you who originally gave me all those dislikes, not for the real reason of disliking the video, but for disliking me, maybe you could consider going back into some of those videos and changing them to either neutrals or likes. I mean, if there really is something technically wrong with the video and you think it really deserves a dislike, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But in this case, the dislikes were used as a way to take out your anger on me, which Plotagon wondered why in the heaven's name did the cyberbullying or the bullying video get so many dislikes as well. I didn't have the heart to tell him why. I just kept my mouth shut. It was a good video for the length of it, but I think that they could have gone further in the cyberbullying video. Yeah, I think they could have gone a lot further than that, because I think you're right. I think the video was a little short. But then again, who knows whether they kept it that short. There could have been a variety of reasons. Number one has to do is that the average YouTuber does not normally have a long attention span. And this video here is going to push that attention span. Yes, it is, unfortunately. Alright, so let's just talk real quickly about the weather for next week. I already mentioned it this morning in the vlog. The weather is going to warm up. We're going to see temperatures as high as 6 degrees Celsius by Thursday of next week. So, that's good. We're going to be seeing warmer temperatures, and people will be going back out and doing things, and so why? So Michele, yeah. I guess if anybody has any questions, you could ask them. I will do my best to answer them, like I've been doing in the last two videos. And as far as the pagan thing, have them check my channel out. It's easy to find. It's http://www.youtube.com/LUMIFINISTRA. So it's http://www.youtube.com/USER, okay, /LUMIFINISTRA. I've done many videos on spirituality, and I can bet out of the 40 videos or so I have, I'm sure I've covered Wicca and pagan teachings in some both of them. Right. Alright, so for now, we're going to let you go, gonna let you go, guys. See you guys later. Bye bye. Bye bye, everybody.